So I was walking in the Wilk the other day, and I heard someone playing the piano. You only play piano in the Wilk if you're trying to impress someone, like anyone. But it did remind me of a story from my mission, which I know isn't the best way to start, because as soon as I hear the words "on my mission" at church, I instantly stop paying attention. Like, have you not done anything notable since? Yeah, me neither, but... So I was in an area where they needed someone to play the piano. And out of the companionship, I was the better one. Which just meant I took lessons when I was 8. So it got so bad that I could only use my right hand because my left hand would start freezing every time the chorister sang opera into my ear. If you've ever been to church before, you know what I mean. There's always that one mom who sings louder than she should, in vibrato. Sometimes I just want to go up to her with a hymn book and be like, "Hey, Sister Johnson, do you see where it says reverently at a 40 count? Not opera?" This is the same woman who sings all those musical numbers no one asked for, and you think to yourself, did Bishop even listen to this before he said yes? But I'm glad I learned how to play the piano. One of my friends said all of his siblings learned except him. And when he asked his mom why, she said, "Honey, I just didn't think you'd be any good." Which I know is brutal, but I think it's important to know your weaknesses and also be able to talk about your strengths without sounding like a complete tool. In life, we're told to be humble, meek, all that good stuff. But I think it's funny how people can't do that without trying to get around it with the humble brag. It's like they're trying to brown nose themselves and expect a one-wipe wonder. It's not gonna happen. Old people are really good at this though. I was talking to this guy in my ward and I was like, "So what do you do for work? Like, I know you're about to retire soon." And he's like, "Ah, Seth, I just work for a small startup called Amazon." And I'm like, Amazon's not a startup, but hey, everyone has their itches that they want scratched. And I'm perfectly fine scratching some itches. By the way, have you noticed that Utah is the only place where it's okay for grown men to scratch each other's backs? At church of all places? Like, if you're from Utah, I want you to know that's not okay. Don't try that anywhere else. But I was deep scratching this guy's itch, right? I'm like, Amazon, ooh. That's really great, like, big company, like, do I know anyone that you work with? Like, it's really big. And he does it again. He's like, just a guy in the industry, you don't know him, called Jeff Bezos. And by this time I'm done, I'm like, "Brother Johnson, there's no way you know Jeff Bezos. You're not that important. And by the way, could you tell your wife to stop singing the opera at church? Thanks."